So, man. I have to take it off. Okay. I think I'm ready now. Otherwise, it's too much noise. Thank you. When we join, we share, okay? We have to get these things done. Just a minute. Okay. Everybody, when you come on board, you share so that we can get the audience to clear the air. You know, a lot has been going on in Ambazonia, and we think that it is our responsibility to put things straight out there. And so, we know exactly what we're going to do. We know exactly what should be done. That is why we have the responsibility to involve ourselves in our own little way in this struggle. You have a lot of people saying a lot of things about what's happening. Please, if you join, you share, okay? You know, usually, I know this is a very pretty new account, and I'm really very tired, but I think that I have to do this. It's a must. This must be done because it is very, very necessary for us to, you know, get involved. You know, it is our collective responsibility to understand that no matter what happens, we have a long way to go in solving issues when we don't have our consciences intact. So if you join, you share, we'll kickstart this show as soon as we have at least 500 persons watching live. And we already have quite a reasonable amount in just a couple of minutes. It is your responsibility to share and invite friends for us to get our enemies on their heels. In the beginning of this video, you know, a lot of people complain about a French kind of symbol, the Tower of Paris that I used to put behind my wall when I do my live video, and I took it off in the beginning of this video as a solidarity of the voice of the people. It's a decorative thing, but when you are representing the people and don't want something, you must put it down. So that is exactly the point. And it is necessary for us to understand that the fight is against the enemy, not against us, like a lot of people have already said out there. So please, if you join, you share extensively. Let's get the show on board and let's get everybody involved. And we would already understand that a lot of people are pointing accusing fingers at others as far as the killings on Gang Zero are concerned. But how true is this? And what is the evidence that we have to accuse each other? I think I'm going to be answering some of those questions today. I've done my investigation, and it might not be 100% correct, but I trust to the best of my knowledge that I've done the best to bring the best to the population of Ambazonia. I know you are all eager to know who is responsible for the killing of these guys you have come to love so much because of your videos, and why were they killed? Were they really supposed to be killed at all? And all of that. You know, we want to also identify, because, you know, we have had growing enemies, you know, within and without. And so it is the responsibility of the Southern Cameroonian community, both at home or on Gang Zero and in the diaspora, to put some of these big questions to rest. You know, as a matter of fact, I think that a lot of things are going to change probably after this video. By God's grace, by the wisdom of God, I hope to see that a lot of things will change, a lot of minds will change, and people will be focused on the things that we are supposed to get our attention on. not on trivialities, because each time we want to move forward in this fight, something comes up to distract us. And it's just to tell us that it's like the station of the cross. It was never smooth for Jesus. So the movement, our Southern Cameroon's movement, is going to go to a conclusive end, no matter the little problems we have here and there. And so please, if you join, you invite friends, let's get people come online so that we can pass this message. We don't want to hear people, trying to get other people confused by trying to, you don't have to accuse your enemy, you don't have to accuse your enemy because you think it's an opportunity, or you don't have to accuse somebody you hate, or you don't have to set up somebody. The truth about life is that it's important to be very truthful and objective no matter what. A lot of people will not see, some people will not see the fact that you're objective, you're truthful, because you cannot have people 100% telling you, oh, you're right, you're this. You obviously have people who will not accept you, and they will probably want to make sure that they run you down as much as possible. And that is why in today's video, as soon as we're 500 persons watching, I'm going to kickstart the show. So I was saying that in today's live show, a couple of things are going to change in your minds, because the people of Ambazonia deserve to know what is happening in that area. They deserve to be aware of the situation on the ground, because that is their response, that is their right. And they also have the responsibility to criticize and to see what's going on. Don't forget, my main account has been blocked from live videos. I talked to Facebook yesterday, and I don't want to belabor that point. I'm sure Mark Zuckerberg and the entire Facebook team, they will consider reopening my account for live videos. But this is still my account, and I thank you people that have seen all the friend requests. I've seen those who want to click on follow. That's perfect. I think given that it's a new account, we are good with this number of persons already watching. So please, let's get the platform up to at least 500 persons before I will start the show. There's a lot that we need to talk about today, and it's imperative for me to make mention of these very significant points. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to bring very huge greetings and salutations to the people who are watching from Mator and Kandef. I'm also bringing greetings to all those who have lost their family members in the course of this revolution, this movement. I think that it is imperative for Ambazonians to understand that the movement is at a higher level. That is why today I'm going to be telling you some 20, 25 or more things that Biya has done to end this struggle, to kill this movement, and he's yet to succeed. Of course, Yaoundé knows that she can never succeed in stopping the Southern Cameroon's independence movement. It is, like oxygen to the people. They depend on the movement, the final destination for their survival. That is why today, this show, it is not easy, to be honest with you. And we must get things very straight. We must get things very straight, because I have done my investigations, and it is incumbent upon me as an activist, as a journalist, to inform the public on the independent findings. I think this is something that is global, that is affecting Ambazonia. I would normally want to say that a lot of people should and must avoid conspiracy theories. I would also want to say that this is the time for all activists, everybody who is an Ambazonian, to come out and condemn these atrocities. Everybody must come out now if we want to really get to Biya. It is not about who you support. It is not about which group you belong to. It is about the collective goal that the Ambazonian people now align themselves to. It is not whether you belong to a particular county or to a local government area. It is not about that. It is about Ambazonia as our country. As Southern Cameroonians, it remains primordial, necessary for us to come out today in our numbers and shame the enemy. Now, my declarations today are going to be based on strong facts that I've received from Ground Zero in the forms of pictures and testimonies and one-on-one calls that I've placed to villagers and members of various defense groups on the ground that I've spoken to. I've spoken to a whole lot of people from yesterday, and I have had a comprehensive understanding of the matter. I have spoken to a lot of people. I think that the only person I'm yet to speak with that I cannot speak with is Comrade Ayaba, because the number that I was using, that he was using, I tried to get through that number. I have not succeeded. I've spoken to, as a journalist, it is my responsibility to speak to all the leaders to get their views about this before I come out with a conclusive. Just a minute, baby. I'm going to need that. I have to go with it. When you turn it off, you give me back. Thank you. No, you just do it and give me back. That's fine. I was trying to relate something out there. So I've spoken to everybody that I think I should speak with, because everybody's involved. Dr. Ayaba is involved. Dr. Kwanga is involved. President Sako is involved. And so I took my time. I spoke to guys in Etem. I spoke to guys in Manu, in Batibu, Moyoka, everybody. I've been talking with all of them. I spoke with Comrade Dr. Akwanga Ebenezer. I spoke with Dr. Sako about the issue, and I asked some questions. I also spoke with people on the ground, and I've understood, I've had a comprehensive understanding on what's going on, and I can now say that it is never easy, because I am shocked with the things that are going on the ground. As you are aware already, the French media in our neighbors are already taking it as some big news that our defense forces are fighting. And it is a big concern to me. A very big concern to me, because it is something that I didn't believe that was going to occur. But I knew that there were people amongst us that are capable of doing that kind of thing. But I didn't know that there are people on the ground who can buy their philosophy. This is one thing. This is one thing everybody should understand. The religious orientation of this struggle is founded based on the significance of the movement. What did I say? See, this movement that we are involved in, that we are embarking on, is a movement that nobody. Just a minute, ladies and gentlemen. You excuse me, it's very necessary I take this call. Hello? Okay. Well, that was okay. It's something that we cannot afford. We cannot afford to We cannot afford to get people who would want to destroy this movement given the distance that we have covered. When I say that we have covered a huge distance, it is because it's evident, even in your agenda. A lot of people who 5-6 months ago thought that there was no need supporting this struggle, they now see that the only way out of the mess is by supporting this struggle or this movement. I beg your pardon. Now, I want all of you to listen to me. And I do not represent the people of Ambazonia in any place, in any capacity. I just have the gifted mandate, probably or most likely, probably evidently by God, to talk for this movement, to talk for the people of Ambazonia, but not to represent them. I give my suggestions, not to represent. I cannot go and sign treaties as Eric Tato for the people of Ambazonia because I am talking and thousands of people follow me. No. I cannot go and start addressing a crowd as though I'm giving orders, as though I own Ambazonia. No, I can't do that. You see, the problem that we face, and that I want the international community to understand, please, if you join, you share extensively, you invite friends, and then you like. I don't think that it is not that I'm going to eat your likes or I'm going to eat your shares. It's not normal. Okay, the video of yesterday has already like 18 or something, 20,000 views in less than a day. But how many shares do we have? How many likes? If you having shares synonymous to the likes and the rather to the views, we'll have everybody watching these videos, because these are important messages that it's not because it's Eric Tato who is saying it or because it's XYZ. It's because you want to weigh the necessity, the importance for this message to get to everybody. You mean you have to click likes because it's a representation of your mind. I know some people don't, not that they don't like it, but they just forget to do it. You're supposed to do it because it represents your mind. There are people who judge, like the international community can judge a content of the message depending on the number of likes. Although the views are also very important, the views are the maximum. But you can have 600 people, almost 700 people already watching in a couple of minutes, and you go and have people liking 100 or 200 people. No, it's not. I will not accept that. You have to put your energy on the keyboard, because that is what is making La Republic to panic. Now, you have the responsibility to like, to share, to invite, share extensively as many times as possible. We already have more than 500 persons, it's almost 700, so I'm going to go straight to the show. I want us to listen. These are very crucial things. You have seen our compatriots who have died on the ground. Before I come to that one, I want to pass this very important message to some chiefs. You all know that La République du Cameroon, through her colonial governors, DOs and SDOs, they are now appointing chiefs that will begin to pay allegiance to them. Chiefs that will act as spies. They will begin to make sure that they destroy our revolution. I want to tell these chiefs something. Let them listen very, very attentively. No, État Major, this revolution cannot fail. This movement will never fail. I will tell you why it will not fail. I will tell you why we must get independence. I have it on this paper. This is it. I wrote it on this paper. I will show you proofs that we cannot fail. Somebody type, we cannot fail. We will never fail. Never. I say we will never fail. It can never happen. We will not fail. Now, there are some chiefs. I will start with the chief of Ashum. Ashum village is in Upper Biya subdivision. Some people say I should rather call them counties. In Manu. Ashum village is along the Manfe Ekog Road. After Nguti, going to that stretch between Nguti and Eyang Las Konta, going up to Mfaito of Chief Batepe, Mfaito 1A. Now, I want to tell Chief Agbobechem, who is a lecturer in the University of Biya, that he should understand one thing. It is not by error that his locals, his people are pointing fingers at him and are reporting him to me or to the Ambazonian people. You know, the chief of Ashum is my friend. But when it comes to this movement, I told people once that when there's an embargo on for May 20th, if you see my mother or my brother, kill them. Because when they say that people should not go to the field, it means that they should not go. I want to tell Chief Agbobechem of Ashum village that his people are complaining. And after preliminary investigations, it is showing that there are fingers pointing that he's conniving with the regime and that he sold out one of their brothers, who is a military man and was almost going on retirement, that they picked him up in Douala and he's now locked somewhere, either in New Bay or Konenge. I'm still trying to locate the prisons. Now, if a chief starts constituting himself into a spy, there is only one thing that must be done to that chief. Defense forces, I want you to put a special eye on the chief of Ashum. For now, you will not gary him. Just put an eye on him. Because the chief of Ashum should know that I am today. He can quote me anywhere. My name is Eric Tato. He has an embargo from going back to Ashum until we clear this mess. If he goes to Ashum, he will be arrested. Because the entire village cannot be complaining about their own chief. Why is it that they are not complaining about chiefs of other villages? Only Ashum. I move from Ashum, I go to Osing, where General Tato, the retired general of the colonial regime, who is also president of the Manu Chiefs Conference. I don't know if they have changed him, but he used to be president when I was there. General, they are killing your people, and we have heard the situation in Osing, and we don't think that General Tato should be quiet. We don't look at faces. After all, you were a general in Mr. Biya's regime. You were never general in Ambazonia. And if you do not stand up to the nonsense that is going on in Osing, Chief General Tato, I want to assure you that we will ban you from entering Osing, London. For now, I know the general cannot partake in the regime killing his people, but he has the responsibility to stand tall and tell Mr. Biya to stop that nonsense. all the chiefs. I want to assure the chiefs of Ambazonia that any day that we find out that you are conniving with the regime, we will ensure that we do not only dismiss you from the position of a chief of that village, we will also ban you, we will declare you a persona non grata. These chiefs think that we are joking. I want to do this special emphasis especially to the chiefs in Fako who have become very notorious in conniving with the regime. Let me go to these particular villages in Fako. And if these chiefs think that I'm not following up, I want to warn the chief of Sase. Pass this message to the chief of Sase under Biya subdivision. The chief of Musaka, still in Biya. The chief of Mautu in Moyoka. Chief of Mwangia in Biya subdivision. The chief of Bokova, still in Biya, and that of Wukaka. These are chiefs whose villages are now grand breeding spaces for the Republic. They are spies. I want to urge defense forces to temper justice with mercy. I think this is a sounding warning that if these chiefs would continuously indulge themselves in the game of selling out information and pointing out at people for the military to kill, we will also do to them exactly capital K-I-L-L. My name is Eric Tato. Quote me anywhere. Any chief, listen, the things I say here, they are backed by the Second Amendment to the Constitution of the United States. Please, if you join, you share extensively. That is your only responsibility. There is no way we will continuously sit quiet while we have chiefs who are selling out information to the nefarious regime in Yaoundé. Those chiefs must be first and foremost taken care of before you take care of the military. Because without those chiefs, the military too will not have information. So we must bear that in mind, that the first means of self-defense is to cut down the spy. That is why the United States of America does not joke with spies. Spies are more dangerous than the soldiers. Spies are very, very dangerous than the soldiers. Now, still to those chiefs and community representatives, I want to tell you something. If La République will start her distribution or whatever next week, I'll just have that information. Or in the coming days, let me say the coming days. This is an automatic order. Any chief or person or group of persons who would be seen representing a community or receiving gifts from the military, we will take care of that person. If we see you, when I say take care, restoration forces understand what I'm saying. By this take care, I'm being intrinsic. If I say take care, don't compromise taking care of them. They are traitors because those goods are poisoned. And we cannot allow those goods to get to our communities. That is why the refugees in Nigeria, they are already aware that Mr. Biya cannot be driving them away and bringing them goods, that would only mean one thing. They are poison goods. They are poison goods because they cannot kill people up to 4,000. They drive people in their thousands. They displace people in their millions. Jail others in another thousands. And you bring goods to come and give orders. Who are those who are going to receive those goods? If you see any chief, any mayor, any group of persons receiving those goods, please, restoration forces, you know what our mothers do to the village to turn cassava into gari. You know the process of turning cassava into gari. That person will have to pass through the gari life cycle. And if a human being can pass through the gari life cycle and succeed, then we'll have to congratulate that person in a special way. So the restoration forces put anybody that will participate in this show, this humanitarian gambit for Mr. Biya, put the person through the gari process. That is your responsibility. You have to put the person through the gari process. With that said, I also want to warn religious authorities that they should not fall into the temptation of Mr. Biya bringing goods to use them. I said last time that we respect all religious authorities. We respect them, especially the Bishop of Mamfe. But I want to draw your attention, your lordships, that do not be fooled. Do not allow Mr. Biya to use you in their diabolic plans. Because if that should happen, we will also assume that the churches are beginning to connive with the regime in Yaoundé. And once that is done, we will make sure that all church authorities, church buildings will go through the gari life cycle. They will go through the gari life cycle. They will go through the gari life cycle. It's not a joke. Restoration forces have already taken notes. I only say the things that I can do. The things that I can't do, I can't say them. So if you know that you want to get yourself involved in this whole nonsense, be ready, because you will be garried. You will be garried. I can assure you that that is what is going to happen. Please, this message should go straight down to all our fighters, all restoration forces, because that is the responsibility of the restoration forces to ensure that our people do not consume poison goods. Nobody is going to partake in that. And as for a Mojo Council has started involving themselves in collecting these goods. We are going to put those goods through the gari life cycle. We'll put all those goods through the gari life cycle. That is what is going to be done. Now, before we come on that again, let me go to the French president, Emmanuel Macron, who has been parading himself, or was parading himself around Nigeria. I want to say that people do not understand. And the fact that Macron left France and went to Nigeria is a plus on our struggle. It's just to tell us one thing. And this particular Macron visit will move onwards as a lesson to anybody who thinks that he or she can destroy this struggle. There is nobody, this movement rather, There is nobody who can destroy this movement, because it is the legitimate right of the 8 or 10 million people of Ambazonia. Nobody can destroy the movement. That is why I will tell you something. Please, before I start this, I want everybody to come on deck. Invite everybody. I want to speak the spirit of determination into your heads, into your minds, into your spirits. When this movement started as a struggle, we were struggling. Today is a movement, no more a struggle. When this movement started, listen very attentively. I want Macron and any other La République agent, even Ambazonians, who think that they can cripple this movement, I want them to listen. Before I will come to my investigation, I want to say this. Those who have not known, let me tell you today, when I will tell you this, you will sit on your chairs and then you say, yes, indeed it's true that we cannot fail. I say we cannot fail. This movement started with the lawyers and the teachers. When it started, listen to the number of things, begin to count. When I talk, you count 1, you type 1. I go to the second, you type 2. At the end of the day, you see how many things that Biya has done that he is unable to stop this struggle or this movement. I'm going to start with number 1. You write 1. 1. When the lawyers and the teachers started the strike, what did Biya do? I'll give it randomly. The things that Biya tried to do to stop this movement. Biya the first thing Biya did was to send gendarmes and police. By then he has not removed the bees. They beat up lawyers, beat up teachers, lawyers particularly. That was the first time in the world that legal luminaries were molested. It first happened in Cameroon. That was the first thing Biya did. When Biya beat up lawyers, he saw that he was not succeeding. What did he do? Number 2, Biya called for dialogue. He called for dialogue with the lawyers and the teachers, at the time the consortium. That's what Biya did when it was hot. That's number 2. I want to tell Macron and any other person who is dreaming that this movement is going to fail. I want to name this thing so that you will remember. You remember. Number 2, Biya called for dialogue with the consortium. I say he called for dialogue with the consortium. When Biya called for dialogue, dialogue failed. That's number 2. When dialogue failed, Biya could not succeed. Number 3, Biya banned the consortium. He thought that when he banned the consortium, it will be over. That's number 3. If you are dreaming that this movement will fail, let me tell you that it can never fail. Biya has tried more than 30 approaches. In almost 3 years, Biya has not succeeded. When Biya saw that the consortium was banned, it still did not fail. What did Biya do? Biya arrested the first set of leaders. That's number 3. Number 4. That's number 4. Biya arrested. The 4th thing is that he arrested the first set of our leaders. He arrested Dr. Fontaine, Dr. Barrister Nkungu, Agbobala, and Patasang, and the rest. He arrested them. When Biya saw that he could not work, he thought that when he arrested those leaders, things would calm down. No. They transferred the consortium to America and Belgium, to my bosom friends, Tapang Ibotanku and Mark Barita. These are names that you must call. I don't have bias when I talk about my stories. I'm not scared to call those names. They transferred the consortium. And Biya thought that because he has arrested our leaders, he first of all beat them up, called dialogue failed, he banned the consortium. Number 4, Biya arrested Agbobala and the other leaders. That was the first set of arrests. Biya saw that it was not going on. Biya started talking with chiefs. That's the 5th thing. Talking with elites to see how to solve the problem. It did not succeed. Number 6, Biya resumed full force, beating people, intimidating the population, and arresting in Ambazonian in their dozens. It did not still work. Biya moved, thought that when he does that, it's going to calm down. There was no way. Biya moved and went and arrested the second set of leaders. He arrested Manchum BBC and the other people, Zama and the rest. He arrested them randomly, threw them into Konengi, thinking that the struggle or the movement would collapse. It still did not collapse. I want to ask you that who can stop this movement? Only God. Because Biya, they said Biya was the best diplomat. He knows a lot of political science. Let him bring the best political scientists in this world. The only place I will tell you at the end of this where we'll stop. Biya still did not succeed. Biya came now, he formed the Paul Gogomo Commission. Paul Gogomo went around, Biya still did not, the crisis did not end, or the struggle. Biya removed the Minister of Secondary Education. He sent to the Northwest and Southwest regions. They still did not succeed. Just begin to write the number. I'm sure that's 8 or 9. Biya failed with that. He came around. He said, oh, now it is like this. What are we going to do? They shut down the internet. They shut down the internet. They thought they have succeeded. When they shut down the internet, they still did not succeed. They now declare state of emergency in all the counties. They declare curfews, thinking that it's going to end. They still did not succeed. When they did not succeed, they used Bishop Cleda, the president of the Episcopal Conference. Bishop Cleda tried, no way. When Biya failed, Biya thought that he had succeeded. He struggled to no avail. Biya came and promised laptops to students, thinking that he's going to calm everybody down, probably happy that laptops. He still did not succeed. Biya came and promised 2 billion to primary schools. Biya did not succeed. Biya postponed the GC. Biya still did not succeed. Begin to listen to the things that Biya has done. There are too many. I cannot count, just be counting. Biya again moved and extended the GC further. He still did not succeed. Biya asked children to come to school for free. Biya still did not succeed. Biya moved now. He looked at it and said, no, what am I going to do? How are we going to do this? He created the Bilingualism Commission for Peter Mafani to begin to fumble himself. Biya still did not succeed. Biya moved from the Bilingualism Commission. He started another new round of mass arrest. Biya did not succeed. I want to tell you people why Ambazonians should remain focused. Because this movement can never fail. Listen, I'm saying it as Eric Tato that I know that we will not fail. When Biya struggled, he created an Anglophone or whatever bench in a NAM. We refuse. Is that what we want? No, we refuse. Biya looked at it and said, oh, how is he going to do this thing? They advised Biya that release Bala and the rest. Biya released Bala and the rest. He released them, thinking that, oh, the struggle is going to end. It still did not end. Biya sent Gaga and Man. Please begin to name them. It did not end. Biya struggled. After releasing Agbobala, they said, no, internet, they have suffered with internet. If you give them internet, they'll be excited and they will stop this movement. They sent internet. We rejoiced. People were happy for one day. Everybody went back. Biya still did not succeed. Biya now resorted to arresting and beating up shop owners and saying that they must open their shops by force. Biya struggled, but Ghost Town intensified. My goodness. And you tell me that this struggle will fail? Let's see how it's going. This movement can never fail. Biya now resorted to giving military men to guide shops of big businessmen in town. It still did not succeed. Biya still failed. I have them down here. Now, when Biya struggled, finally, after he struggled, Biya declared war. He declared war. I said he declared war on national television, on the crooked territory. Biya declared war. When Biya declared war, he thought that the Anglophones, the southern Cameroonians, would buckle down. No, Biya did not succeed. Biya ordered his soldiers to kill Anglophones en masse, to kill them anyhow. Biya did not succeed. Biya made a cabinet reshuffle and brought in Anglophones as ministers. He appointed Atanga Njipo, Nalowa Lyonga. Biya still did not succeed. We told him that Biya, you're lying. That's not our problem. Biya came now. He went to Nigeria. He sent Rene Sadi. Rene Sadi went to Nigeria, struggle, thinking that we'll be afraid. Biya did not succeed. When Biya saw that there was no way, he struggled. He used money. He arrested Sisiku and the entire cabinet. And Biya sat and said, yes, now I've succeeded. Biya did not succeed. Biya did not succeed. After arresting Sisiku as a 26th point, Biya could not still succeed. My goodness. Biya sat and said, no, how are we going to do this thing? Biya asked elites to go to churches and go and beg the priests so that they can talk to the population. Mengot, Senator Tabe Tandu, and other elites in other parts of Ambazonia, they went to churches, they were there. It still did not work. My goodness. Biya now moved there. He said, okay, now how am I going to do this thing? They kept Sesiku incommunicado. They did not succeed to kill the people's determination. Biya now moved on and said that the best thing is propaganda. He hired television stations and all whatnot. They started talking against our struggle. It did not succeed. Biya stayed and looked at it and said, what is he going to do? He said, okay, now to frighten them, I'm going to give Manchum BBC a fine of 200 million and a huge jail term. See if they will not buckle down. Biya slammed Manchum BBC. Biya, we refuse. We refuse. Yes, they kidnapped Seseko, you are right. We refuse. Biya stayed. After all these months, he has brought Seseko, thinking that we'll get confused. We did not get confused. We are not confused. He still did not succeed. Now, Biya now has brought another scheme, like the 1994 coup d'etat. The criminal Biya man went and said that he signed a decree. He signed, there are many, I cannot mention all. He signed a decree. This is the last one that Biya has done, thinking that he will succeed. But he has seen that the minute his decree went out, it was a bomb, it was a failure. Biya now, he used a Tofis. Thank you, my brother. A Tofis could not even go to Ambazonia. We would have arrested him. That is very, very point. He cannot even go to Ambazonia. He cannot. Biya now, he cancelled presidential elections. That one is having his business. The one that Biya thought that he succeeded was the 12 billion. Biya signed 12 billion. You are still owing this Biya man. Is it? Oh, see, Biya is really mad. You are still owing school children, primary school children, 2 million. You have not paid 2 million that you promised primary school children. Biya, being bondo. Of course, he burned down our villages, thinking that he was going to keep us. He still did not succeed. Their colonial administrators openly declared the evacuation of our villages. They still did not succeed. Now, Biya came now with this scheme that he calls emergency humanitarian plan. Then he signs a decree saying that he has allocated 12 point how many billion, close to 13 billion. Imagine, just wait, come and hear the fun of this whole 12 billion. This 12 billion, Biya is still owing primary school children. And one moon ambassador, the moon are using our brain for say, no man, no day will live and miss destroy this struggle. No person, no fit, now who bond up. After that, will go now, I will talk to him because I won't go for that issue for Grand Zero. Man, tell any man if he say if he destroy this struggle, me go back for the points and the 30 or more points that I don't list down. Me begin to think for his head. Now, Biya come now say won't give you 12 billion or 13 billion. Man, where it is still all laptops. You know how give laptop. It is still all primary school picking them. 2 billion. He never give 1 franc. She come. No primary school picking no asiam. Coco, shishi. Matter like pressure on so cover Nigeria. Shishi. We no see shishi. No picking no see 1 franc for primary school money. Don't count 12 billion. And you know see the funniest thing I say. Yet you as a party talk organizer. Me as my friend talk today where he come to explain me to a party talk. I show they watch me say. You know say when Biya signed the decree say 12 billion. But the wait now, say me treasure they start disburse 12 billion. Every me have the wait. I say, ha, the Biya man wow, because you see the man so Biya don't go buy big motor. Me say money see there. You know, now for Biya now, Biya Finica exposed the government all. For sure we say that government don't cripple completely. And so now why that way restoration forces they get for see my tell you know, that's true. We don't see we wore the screwdriver, the exact screwdriver. So the only turn and so look. See, we go screw Biya so inofficial for war. Biya don't expose the government. He don't can sign at 12 billion, almost 13 billion. We still glad small, but we feel they reserve. We don't glad no, that ain't glad. See my no, that government are really cheap government. Biya don't confuse. Now, 12 billion, 13 billion. Now, so they start to contribute now. They contribute. We not be understand the contribution. Now when some part of I say, my picking. The money where they contribute as so. Now for add about that 12 billion, where President not give them. Well, Biya, you have suffered, my man. Biya is finished. See, where you say man don't be completely finished. Now Biya, see, the Biya regime, all that element for you, they don't finish. I mean, we say confused people. You 12 billion. How President go to sign 12 billion? Now for go Beckham for civilians then. Would ever hear that kind of story? Say Donald Trump say we have an emergency crisis. We want to give the UN 12 billion. Then you go to Beckham for American citizens. Citizens they go pay their tax. They go donate. They don't say president go sign decree. Go start beg money for people. My goodness. You sign 12 billion. You go and beg money. You sign to go and beg. Mr. Biya, listen, let me tell you something. This is the end of the road for you and the French president, Emmanuel Macron. French president, I've just listed these things from Macron to know that if for the history of movements, we have taken Macron, displaced him, dislocated him from France to Nigeria. All Ambazonians, give yourself 1 billion gun salute. That is a success. What did Macron go to do in Nigeria? What did he go to do? He go to Nigeria not before any visit. Now for lobby Buhari, make Buhari add his soldiers them for the port, for the boundary between Cameroon and Nigeria, for all sides. Now for there you go. Nothing I go do. Why? Because, of course, thank you, my brother Ernesto. Ministers that come for Europe and Belgium for come back in no work. Thank you. Europe and America, Asia, South Africa in no work. I forget that very important part. So, if Mr. Biya don't know, now some people need to go back memory link. If some man can talk, say the movement go fail, I love the person because this movement, if it take even 2 billion years, as you don't start so, it not go end, and it will not get peace. Like Republic citizens and children not get peace. You know they say Piki will talk say mommy not go sleep. He too that Piki not go sleep. As like Republican also not go sleep. We too not go leave them to sleep. Because when they cry, we know what you will do for them for wake up for sleep. Now, Macron go tell Buhari, say, I don't tell that say Buhari. Now I talked last time by some people, see, this thing where you happen go down for Ground Zero. Now because some people they feel say groups are important, past 8 million or 10 million people. I don't tell them I say Buhari in government not going to be for any place for Ambazonia. I will talk say that consulate general for Boya. We got to Gary that place. I mean, it got to be a major target for the Gary life cycle. Listen, not be joke. Restoration forces me they take note. Because if you see, if Biya, Cameroon don't join France, join Nigeria, Chad, Central African Republic, Gabon, it don't join all that, they don't see succeed for pull it down. No way, not the way with this movement to end. Why I talk so? You know, this issue, I want first now go now for this issue so that I will use explanation from this thing I don't list down. For this matter for Ground Zero, I want to talk say what you want know. and where to me it be almost 90% confirmed. Now say, me will not take sympathy and love for some people that have done do some video who feel say that they above the law. Okay, now true say, for key persons some way it be wrong. You know. So, me will know one thing. I'm going to listen very attentively. These were picking them where they kill them for Ganze, who would like them plenty. Me, Eric Tato, I don't support the killing. And I want to not say, not be Ayabacho or ADF, now then kill them. No. That popular Smalley and the Godfather want to see them for video, they show. Not be Ayaba kill them. Me, I like to be honest when I do my investigation. Not be Ayabacho or General I will kill them. Those picking them. Yesterday I began to kind of life, but I get some call come. I stop that this thing and continue investigation. Though I don't talk for a lot of people them. Those picking them, maybe not good fighters. This one I will show international community say we will not be criminals. And we got a lesson for any other person where they for Granzo. Listen, for Kendam side for Bokwa, I be talk now my area that I come out, Kendam begin they watch me. My cousin, where I know my cousin, when military kill my cousin, I can't talk. My other cousin die away. He don't go for road. He go to block road. The take for block road control is fine if it be Amber Force. But he go block road, it take money for people. The take thing for people. And the talk the one, now matter it concern my family. He start threatening Amber Forces. They go do it. They kill him. Because we not be keep that kind of man, we not be keep that kind of person. We not be able to keep that kind of person because we not be continue for we fight for protect our people and we not be inflict pains on our people. So make una drop this accusation against ADF. For this particular one, these popular boys where they don't come out this video, where they talk show, they do this, they be already start to turn into nuisance for population. And now how they kill them. Now all defense forces and for that area, now they talk say no, enough is enough. We not be continuously keep do our boys. They don't want them plenty times. My even tell us some story. So Nigerian man, he sell all the property where he go back for Nigeria. You know, he go back for Nigeria. He get 20 million francs in money cash. I don't know why they put on bank. This boy they kill and so they hold that man, they beat that man, they take all his life savings. And the other people they talk say no, they not be continuously see the kind of thing that happen for this area. Now what I see with the developer, I be not one about listen. I be talk about this thing where people that be chief, I be talk say Balangi. I call Balangi, I don't call Saga, I call Osing, I call some villages on time for my live show. Say if restoration forces they see that kind of group of people, they me they carry them. And they have done that. When you some person talk say me they show proof. So you have the accused Dr. Ayaba ADF. What will be your own proof? So now only if you say proof that would be in a way some man he talks on no favor now. Because to even tomorrow ADF man as I talk, it's sweet for ADF man. In the talk, yes, start up. In the talk man show proof. Just as you, as it not favor you, where not like Ayaba, they ask me proof. Tomorrow when I go talk about say something not concern where it not favor Ayaba, ADF will ask me and show proof. I'm not there for that on a small game for proof. My statement now proof. When a medical doctor a testimony for court now proof. So forget about that thing about proof. I don't need proof. I don't pass proof. Me I be proof. The facts I tell you now proof say ATF no nothing about that issue. So if you like go up, calm down, and I tell you say that killing for that young boy I see on the go for social media, ATF not be responsible at all. And as the boy they find that die, and I support the fact say they kill them because no matter now restoration forces them where they be work for that area. I don't really talk define the point they kill them. They come together, they say no, enough is enough. So no matter what you talk today, go tomorrow, ADF not be involved for that particular killings. Those particular killings, ADF not they involved. So if you get a problem with ADF, you get a problem with Ayaba, that will not be for me every time to solve your problem. I tell you what you want to know because I work with God and my conscience. And no matter what way will happen tomorrow, I won't come up for this struggle clean. Mr. Man not tell me say if you point me finger because I talk from a vex when I true thing, that one I have business. But so long as I talk a true, I'm not gonna point you. So make international community, make social media activism, make the other people know say Ambazonians them not be about not be fight for ground zero for this particular case. Now say people they clean their house because we think a lot about our people. We think a lot about our people, so we got to protect our people. Now, back to Ground Zero, and I don't say ADF not be responsible for this particular issue. But now, I want now address this other note for Comrade Dr. Ayaba Cho and General Ivo. Although they not be involved for this killing, for this young picking on a so, but the atrocity where Comrade Ayaba, if you be Ayaba friend, I want you make you understand one thing. I not get, as I talk about all man, I need to fear for cause my name. If you not like me, that's your problem. I've said that they were killed by restoration forces in that area. Thank you, shipbroker. Now the caster talk about Ayaba, you start telling me as you tell me one spirit because I be happy say they don't vindicate Ayaba, say not be key that guys them. Yes, not be key them. But now listen, this trouble, I don't name all these almost close to 30 or 40 or 50 things. For tell I say no man, not they way if it fight we because we been a people. Now, I want to say this note are for Comrade Ayaba and to an extension General Ivo. Me, General Ivo, not be misled. I want General Ivo for go read the history for Zimbabwe, shoot present day Mugabe. Make you know say no man, no matter what kind of warlord you want be, you know that no man, no warlord never ever win the people there they fight we. No warlord. That's what people don't know. And I want to talk say me Ambazonian as a mark my word today. If we get any delay for this struggle now because of one person, and that's not Dr. Ayaba, I will talk without fear or favor. You know, I don't do my investigation, I do my research. Or they go get small point they support him. Dr. Ayaba they cause the highest chaos for Ground Zero. I read Dr. Ayaba post where some person say now me talk say they arrest people because they do this, they kidnap, they captain for kidnapping and thievery and corny game for Ground Zero na Comrade Ayaba. Quote me anywhere na me every time I talk. Tell Ayaba Cho look and say me I not get one eye respect for you anymore because of the things they do for Ground Zero. And I not say Ayaba na man where he get put they don't plant our place and one put they figure key person. But for me, if Ayaba the send any person me can face me send the best of the best because me too are not easy. Me too all that place where that people they go so I no side they go. Me too are not easy. And if una want to say this struggle, na Ayaba go destroy this struggle, go destroy Ayaba first. And any Ambazonian way there for this struggle that will support group, not for support people, for support group and people, not for support Ambazonian. Me no say God go kill you even before reach Biya. Comrade, I want all activism. They don't know what really happen. I mean no activists not shit down for down. We not can talk true because if he say he don't do romance with Ayaba, the take we go 2 billion miles behind. But activists they can't shit up quiet. They can't see lips. They can't do politics. Why do they kill people? Ayaba now they on a mission to make sure say single public opinion. It don't fail for social media. It don't fail for all dimensions. It is used now General Ivo. They put the young boy where get a good mind for fight for a people. It put that boy under the stress for make sure say me terrorize. See, General Ivo, I not be blame General Ivo because he take command for Ayaba. General Ivo, he don't go for Mato, give some pique, some papa, oh man, 2 tramadol and 1 bottle whiskey. That papa, he liver don't fail. Now Mato picking the top. They fail completely. Why? Because Comrade Cho Lucas, he say he must be, you see the way Ayaba did, they can't ego where Ayaba get. Ayaba na man where, if he key 7,999,000 people, remaining one, he go kill him plus General Ivo, then General Ivo go oppose. You know, because the truth na say, Ayaba don't there for situation now where, now he no say, he not fit get command for Ambazonian. So, he get for going for ground forces. For, now I will talk to, I will warn my brother Frick Stacker. I hope they're not there for down there for the corrupt picking them, they follow ADF. Because Ayaba mission now will make sure say me all man, since we deny for join ASC, he not succeed. He won't kill all man for bring all defense group there under him. And why so? Now the simple 2 reasons in this. You know say, international community, when France or Britain or Norway or Nigeria or any country one can negotiate. Any negotiate with the group or with their country. If you find that one individual where he gets strong, where get militia put down, where that individual will protect their interest, because when they take independence, that individual will use in military for subdue all man. So in a new country, for make sure say okay, now they in control, now they president, just as Mugabe will do. Because you negotiate, they find an individual where is strong for negotiate. You know, listen, not be about what I believe story. Now I tell that you and no, and you and argue because I know saying that you the happen because I don't talk with people they close to General Ivo. Every own people they corner where they deny, you know, they deny for abide to, but the big people kill people. Make sure say any man will not agree. The what is going on Ground Zero is enough for us to make sure that Ayaba does not exist until after independence. If you like, you listen, I tell you one thing. You won't call me anywhere, I know the fear for talk. And I don't tell my family, say, if me I die tomorrow, me the man make sure say, he kill me, chop my dead body. Because even for America here, I feel still come out devil. Any side I die, my body will not die fine, I must shake. So, for first kill me first, another issue. That's the first thing. Now, go to Comrade Ayaba's war. He don't style a war for where you not ever comment if you not be a friend. Go look at war. You need see section for comment. You feel only share or like, but you not comment. Why? Because it already make a consortium of fake profiles for make sure say anything they can post them, make they can corroborate them. Not be any some man will tell about hate speech. I'm sorry for you because you don't know your left from your right. Not be any way that way leader. Which kind of lead? Go for Donald Trump in war. How Donald Trump will do prevent people for the comment on that war? Come for me. Even Dangote Pekin. Where don't cost me to take all Syrian Nancy, all the way they insult me. Don't send me friend requests to do my page. I don't still receive them. I don't get no problem, no man. All man, they watch me very. They always can attack me. I don't accept all their friend requests. I need to select them. I need to delete them. That is a fact. So we cannot have a leader or somebody who wants to be on top of everybody. For Ayaba, if he not be in control, me say Ambazonian not going to exist. That is his problem. That is exactly his problem. I read some posts where he say the ADF led 175 forces to Manu to do what? God not punish devil. Guys come Ayaba, that is criminal. That kind of lie. Where come Ayaba? He don't feel so don't lose attention. If you don't stop for the lie, they already take pour that credit. How now you fight for Moyoka, now you do this for here, all side. When you go in actual sense, Ayaba has nothing on the ground, but he has not used General Ivo to begin to disturb the whole of that area. But when you tell Ayaba something, that he's not an invisible man, that he should know one thing. Some people say that I don't have any prejudice. Ayaba is one of the leaders that when he came to the United States, I went there, I did an interview with him, he stayed in my phone, I have not played it because I will look all leaders with one eye first. I don't get no hate for no man. Now I okay, because I be criticized Comrade Sako, some person don't can start to talk nonsense. I don't look that kind of audio, so I don't say these people are crazy people. You know, because they don't understand what's happening. In this society where we are struggling to restore our statehood, when I get some one individual way don't shoot down for no way they joblessly, it disturb the whole place. Wait to be Ayaba aim. Ayaba be happy as I call him. That is what he wants. He wants to be on top of every news. He wants to be in charge. See every video where Ayaba dey for fee like captain. See all the way he position himself. He wants to be in charge of everything. Why the man not take humility? Why not go down? Think of the people. Let me tell you the truth. Ayaba, no doubt, if he get this struggle I had. But I want to tell you, say, he need to think about the people that are suffering. Because if you think about the people that are suffering, you know, if you ever imagine, say, we not mind say, we for be at this time, would you see the talk this issue about leaders and this and that. But I want to tell you one thing. Make you know one thing about this movement. No man, no day way, he go ever stop this movement. And I want to appeal to General Ivo. Say, you be individual. And your judgment not will be joined with Ayaba own. Ayaba, don't make sure say, me they talk about you. He don't go for international media. He go claim say he report for New York Times. And why did he do this one? He did do one because say want make sure, say make it remain on top. They see like the boss. Me be on top. Some person say every stay on your niche. Now only time when they start talk against the battle on I do one. Now when the person they lie. Now when they sabotage. So the other restoration forces who are talking that they kill that Smalley and Godfather. And not sabotage them. I only sabotage on now way I talk about Ayaba. Now I want to know one thing. Some group there for Norway. Where Comrade Ayaba. He claimed for that group. I'll read some person send out for me for him. Some group there for Norway where see just a minute. I want to read something. Comrade Ayaba, he talk for that group say, in fact, from the story I get on Norway, he talk say he get the if it give all man, it give loans. They call that group now, I think now Asonos something. Come on, for that group say there are Sono members. If you are a student needing funds to block for your renewal or visa,